Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about what should I really be prepared to invest with my new travel business. I'm going to tell you all about the hidden costs, things you really need, and also how you can save thousands on your startup. That sounds like fun. Hang around. That's what we're doing on the show today. All right, guys, don't forget to take a moment, like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell over on YouTube. Every week, we're bringing you amazing content to help you with your travel businesses, and I don't want you to miss a thing. And if you are new here, I'm Cyndi Williams, the CEO and founder of Wanderlust Campus. We help people just like you launch, grow, and supersize your travel businesses. You can find all of our information over at travelschool.com. If you want to learn a little bit more about that, we'll put the link down below for you. But today, we're diving into what do you really need to be prepared to invest in your new travel business? And look, I have some good news and I have some bad news. We'll start with the good news. The good news is owning a travel business is relatively a low startup compared to other businesses. My husband and I have owned a few different businesses. We had one that we owned that we had to write a $30,000 check just to get a franchise license and things like that. You're not going to run into that in the travel industry. You really can start at a way lower kind of startup cost. But the bad news is you still have to invest something in your business if you want it to be successful, especially if you're sitting back and you're watching the Instagram feed of traveling all of the places, doing all the things, and you want a viable travel business that's going to not only pay your bills, but allow you to travel and do some of these things that you're really dreaming about. You can't really do that on a totally free budget. So we're going to get really real with the numbers today and talk a little bit about what are the different elements you really need to prepare for with your travel business. All right, so let's start with the first one. And this technically is an optional one, but I really feel like it's one of those pre-business things that can just make or break you getting the ability to attract clients, and that is your branding. I see so many new travel advisors like going to Canva to make their logo. And look, I get it. If you're trying to just get started, you're trying to DIY something, but there are better options out there. And you have to remember when you're in this environment and consumers are looking at one travel advisor compared to another or a business compared to another, your branding speaks before you do. So please stop doing your logos on Canva if you don't have to, and just try to up-level your branding a little bit, whether that's hiring a graphic designer or you can, for free, go over and get our partner portal, which we have some branding experts in there, and we have some discount codes for you as well. It doesn't cost anything to sign up. You can log in, you can get access to that information over on our partner portal. So check that out. That would be a good place to start. And just think about when you're building your brand. You know, if you looked at it, would you want to pick up the phone and call that person or send an email in or make an appointment, right? You have to make sure your branding really speaks for you. So that technically is an optional one, but I do feel like it's an important one if you hope to have actual clients beyond friends and family, people who already know, love, and trust you, right? So second one is, and this is the most important thing you should budget for as a new advisor, that is your training. It's really important to understand that you don't know what you don't know. Even before you pick where you're going to start, as an agent. Are you going to be independent? Are you going to work as a contractor for someone else? Deciding even on that very fundamental like setup stuff, which, by the way, I want to remind everyone, we have a free masterclass that talks about all the different ways you can start in the industry, some of the pitfalls to avoid. That's a free class. I'll link that down below as well. But as far as beyond the free trainings that are out there, you have to recognize in our industry, no one is actually going to train you. The models that are out there for travel advisors and agents who work from home is you are contracting for someone or you're setting up as an independent agent are the two most primary setup options. And in either of those, you're working in the silo of your home. And because you're a contractor, they can't actually give you structured, regimented ABC 1, 2, 3 training. So you have to know that it's your responsibility to A, pick the right setup for your business, and B, train yourself. And here's the reality. If you don't know how to do your job, you don't know how to protect yourself as a business, you don't know how the process looks like for booking someone else's vacation, handling that from a sales and service capacity, even the legalities involved, you can get yourself into trouble really, really quickly. So you want to avoid those things. The way that you avoid them is you get good training. You make sure that you're skilled, that you're educated, that you know all the important things to help your clients, but also protect yourself as a business owner. I'm going to give you a real life example that happened last week in Wanderlust Campus. So we had, in Wanderlust Campus, we have a program called Careers on Vacation. It's our most popular program for both new agents, but we also have an experience track where agents are already established and they just want to learn how to scale and grow and make more profit. So I had an agent on the experience track of Careers on Vacation, and she came to me and she said, Cyndi, I love my hosts. They're so great. I love them. I'm happy where I'm at. And I said, great. I said, what is your commission split? Let's start with the numbers. Talk to me. If I'm your coach, I want to make sure my job is to not necessarily, cater to any given host or play favorites. It is to work for you, my client, my student, and make sure you are in the most profitable setup. So I said, let me do a little fact finding. I said, I'm glad you're happy with them. That's fantastic. But let's just dig in a little bit further. And she was an experienced agent. She sold cruises. She was selling cruises for her average sale was around $6,000 per, and she was selling around 70 to 80 cruises. I said, look, after you take all of our classes, you're going to definitely be selling well over 100 cruises a year. I have no doubt based on where she was and where she was going. So I said, let's do some math on this together. And the host setup that she was with was only giving her 50% of her commission. So math this with me for a second, okay? She was selling 100 cruises a year, average price of $6,000. They were actually a newer kind of host, which is another whole, can be another whole challenge in itself. But they were at the base levels for commission with the cruise company as well. So they were only earning about 10% of every cruise sold. So if we do the math on this, it's around $60,000 in total commission. So $60,000 of total commission was coming in, but because her agreed upon commission split with her host that she loved so much was 50-50, they were keeping $30,000 a year and she was keeping $30,000 a year. Okay. So just keep this as kind of our base level. So, but because she's in our program now, keep in mind, she's been there for years. So she's been giving away too much commission. So I said, okay, let me walk you through a new scenario. I said, would you be surprised to know that if we give you some options from some of our career placement program for you to go interview and see if you could find another match, but this is what the profit is going to look like if you make a switch now to a more profitable option. And I said, I can set up you can go to our partner portal and you can find, I gave her a couple suggestions on who I wanted her to meet with, but I said, would you be surprised to know that not only you get a higher split as far as more money you're coming in. So same amount of work. She's not going to do any more work. She's just going to make an operational change in the back of who her actual host agency is. And I said, we can move that instead of it being 50-50, we can move that way up to like an 80 or 90 split. I said, but I want to take it one step further. I said, because we know the information on our different hosts that we vet, and we really research this for all of our students because you guys don't know this stuff. You don't know what you don't know. But I know, because I've been in the industry for 30 years, if certain hosts are at certain levels, the cruise companies give them higher commission, which means for the same sale where she was making $600, maybe she could make $800. So they were making more of a 14 to 16% commission. So let's use the lesser of the number. So I said those same exact sales, just with making 14% instead of 10%, now you're at an 84,000 bring home before you split it and you have a higher split. So between the 14% higher commission she's going to make on every single sale that she does because she was working with one of our vetted hosts, and coupled with the fact she's going to get a better split, she would be making $75,600. So $45,600 more. So I said, just because we had this conversation today, if you decide to make this split, even if I don't teach you how to sell one more cruise this year, I literally just saved you $46,000 that you're going to make more. And she was like, oh my gosh, I have been giving away way too much money. I said, yeah, how do you like them now? Right? Because they're not going to, I would be really, that host is like, yeah, I'm going to be sweet to you all day long and make you love me all day long because you're paying me $30,000 a year, right? So she was giving away way too much of her commission. She was a skilled agent. That doesn't make sense. And she just needed that coach and mentor to step in and help walk her through the math to go, hey, let me shake your shoulders a little bit. Like, I know it would be a change. I know it would be different. I know you love them, but how much do you love them? Do you love them $46,000 more a year? You love them that much? And so ultimately she decided to get rematched through our career placement program. And now every single sale she makes, she's making so much more money. She has more money to invest in other things in her business and more money for her own family. She's doing all the work, right? So, but if you're a new agent, you don't know what you don't know. And not everyone's going to be transparent with that information because everybody's trying to get you to sign up with me, right? So understand that because she invested in her training, she now is making better financial decisions. Her business is going to be more profitable, whether she's new, and in her case, she was actually experienced. And that's the reality, guys. So if you have poor setup choices, if you're making mistakes on client vacations, is another thing that can not just cost you more money, but it can like lose you money if you make a mistake because you don't know how to truly do your job, or you didn't know, oh, there's a misconnect on this international connection. I shouldn't have put these two flights together this way. The client misses their flight and then they miss their cruise. And then now they're, it's $20,000 cruise. Who's going to pay for that? Who's going to sweep in and save the day if you made a big mistake? So understanding not just carrying the name of I'm a travel advisor, but do you truly know how to do your job? Do you truly know how to take care of clients? This is why training is the number one thing that I recommend, because it will not only protect you, it will help you make more money, and it will help you just have more longevity because you'll have more confidence about what you're doing in the industry. All right, number 3 thing that you should be prepared to invest in is your marketing. Now, I have some really great news about marketing. Marketing does not, I have good news and bad news. The good news is there's actually a ton of free ways you can market your travel business. That is the beauty. There's different ways that you can leverage social platforms and video strategies and business to business relationships. There's a bazillion different free things that you can do, and that is the good news. The bad news is most people have never been in marketing before, and so they don't really know how to put good strategies together around marketing. So in this one, I would really recommend investing. When I say investment, you're gonna have to invest some time in learning how you really leverage and optimize the different platforms, how you market to them. Or if you are going to get good training, for example, Wanderlust Campus, we have 3 entire modules just dedicated to marketing channels, how to set up a marketing machine, do all those things. But if you don't have the luxury of that, you're going to have to spend time learning that. And also, marketing is one of those areas where you can bleed money if you don't know where you're doing. So please make sure you take the time to learn strategies. You learn how to plan, create, schedule marketing, and also how to test and assess marketing when you're setting up a marketing machine. And listen, guys, this is the difference between a real travel business and a hobby travel business. If you don't have those leads coming in every single day on a regular clip, that's how you know you have a hobby versus a business. No judgment. Most of us start as hobby and move up to real business level, but the ones that really make that jump into having a viable travel business where they're traveling, they're quitting their 9-to-5s and doing travel full time. We track the stats on our students. We know who's in our $1 million club and multi-million-dollar club. These are the folks that have real marketing systems in place. They got real training. They did that good branding, all of those 3 things that we talked about today, right? So guys, I really want to recommend, if you haven't already, grab our free resources from travelschool.com. You can find some great free resources there. And for those of you who just know you want to get exceptional training, you want help with your marketing machine, you want help with your branding, we would be honored to help you at Wanderlust Campus as well. Our 12-week mastermind program, as I mentioned earlier, both for new and experienced agents, we help really understand where you are, where you need to go, and we will help you every step of the way from making sure you have the proper setup, getting all of the training that you need to be a skilled travel advisor, and getting that marketing machine set up so you have leads coming into your business on a regular basis. You're learning how to work with marketing traffic and convert those into real sales. It's going to make you more profitable. So if you budget for that, I promise it will definitely pay off and it will get you there so much faster. Biggest difference between our training program is you get to work with real people, not just me, my amazing team of experts who are going to help you every step of the way. And we're so proud that we have the most case studies industry-wide of any educational program that's out there, which we're really proud of. So I'd be honored to help you with your journey when you get set up and as you're budgeting for your training as well. You can reach out to us at careersonvacation.com/readynow if you want to schedule a little chat with our success coaches. We'll help just understand where you are, and if it's a fit to do the mastermind, we'll talk to you about how to apply it. If not, that's okay too. We'll still give you some great tips and tricks for wherever you are in your personal journey. So guys, I hope this was helpful for you today. Type a little like or leave us a comment. If you have any questions about anything we covered today, we do check those comments on a regular basis. We'll be happy to answer those for you down in the feed as well. And guys, I'll see you next week. I wish you so much love, so much abundance wherever you are in the world. Bye, guys. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all the content available to you on our channel. And I invite you to follow along, travel with me around the world as I grow and scale my travel businesses. You're gonna pick up some great tips, some great tricks on how you can grow your own travel brand too. I'm gonna drop some links down below, and also check out these videos I handpicked just for you.